When I was 16, I left Chicago to spend the summer at my grandmother's house. A house with no neighbors, no streetlights, and no one around 4 miles. On the very first night, someone stood outside my window and whispered my name. My grandmother grabbed a gun and said something I'll never forget. If you hear footsteps in the woods, don't run. Because the man out there doesn't chase strangers. He hunts family. I used to live in Chicago, where nights were loud sirens, traffic, people yelling down the street. So when school let out and my parents said we were spending the summer at my grandmother's house, I thought it would be boring, but peaceful. I was 16 then. I was wrong. The drive itself felt endless. We left the highway and turned onto roads that got narrower, darker, quieter. Trees closed in from both sides like they were swallowing the road. My phone lost signal. The GPS froze. That's when my dad said, "Yeah, this is normal out here." But nothing about it felt normal. My grandmother's house sat completely alone, surrounded by thick woods on all sides. No neighbors, no streetlights, no sound except the wind dragging through the trees like fingers scratching glass. The house was old. Too old. The paint peeled like dead skin. The porch creaked before anyone even stepped on it. The moment I walked inside, I felt it. That pressure in your chest, like the air itself didn't want you breathing it. My grandmother hugged me tightly and whispered, "Don't wander at night." She said it like a warning, not advice. That first evening, everything felt off. She locked the doors before sunset, pulled heavy curtains over every window, even the small ones. When I asked why, she avoided my eyes and said, "Animals." But animals don't make you bolt a door twice. That night, I slept in the guest room at the end of the hall. The window faced the woods. I remember staring at the trees, barely visible in the moonlight, when I heard it. A footstep. Outside. Slow. Heavy. Purposeful. I told myself it was a deer. Then I heard it stop directly beneath my window, and something whispered my name. I didn't scream. I couldn't. My body locked up as the whisper came again, closer this time. Soft.com. Familiar. Emily. My heart slammed so hard I thought it would give me away. I slowly pulled the curtain back an inch. That's when I saw him. A man, standing at the edge of the tree line. Tall. To still, wearing what looked like a dark coat, even though it was summer. His face was hidden in shadow. He didn't move. He just stood there, staring at my window. I backed away and ran to my parents' room. My mom checked outside with a flashlight. Nothing. The next morning, my grandmother noticed the footprints. Not animal. Boot prints. She went pale and whispered something under her breath. I asked her who it was. She said, "He comes back sometimes." That's when she told us. Years ago, people used to disappear in these woods. A man was arrested but never charged. The bodies were never found. After that, families moved away. Everyone except her. That night, the sounds returned but closer. Footsteps on the porch, fingernails scraping wood. Someone trying the door handle. Then the knock. 3 slow knocks. My grandmother stood in the hallway holding a shotgun, and she whispered, "If he gets inside, don't run." Likes that. Likes. By the third night, I knew something was wrong with that place. Not just creepy wrong. Predator wrong. I woke up to the sound of breathing. Not my own. It was slow. Controlled, like someone standing very still, just outside my door. I didn't move. I didn't even blink. The floorboard creaked. Then another. Whoever it was didn't rush. He walked like the house already belonged to him. The doorknob turned just slightly, then stopped, and that's when he spoke. Not loud, not angry. Amused. "I like it when you pretend you're asleep." I felt my stomach drop. That voice wasn't old. It wasn't broken. It was calm, confident, like a man who had done this before. The handle stopped moving, and footsteps retreated down the hall. Minutes passed. Maybe hours. When I finally dared to open the door, I saw muddy boot prints leading from my room straight to the back door. Outside, something was hanging from the porch railing. A shoe. My shoe, still warm. My grandmother didn't cry when she saw it. She just whispered, "He's chosen you." That night, she told me the truth. The man was never arrested because he was never caught. He lived in the woods, watched families, learned routines, and when he chose someone, he never stopped. The power died just after midnight. Total darkness. Then the smell hit first. Dirt, sweat, rusted metal. The back door exploded inward. My father tackled him, but the man was stronger than he looked. He moved like someone who didn't feel pain. Furniture crashed. My mother screamed. I grabbed the first thing I could, a kitchen knife, and ran straight into the woods. Branches ripped at my skin. Roots grabbed my feet, but behind me, no panic, just steady footsteps. He talked while he chased me. "Your grandmother screams louder than the others," he said casually. "But you're quiet." I liked that. I tripped, hands wrapped around my ankle. I scolded. He dragged me backward like I weighed nothing. We reached a clearing. The ground was disturbed. Sunken graves. Dozens of them. He leaned close, and for the first time, I saw his face clearly. Smile carved too wide. Eyes empty, not insane, just experienced. "You don't leave places like this," he whispered. "Places like this leave marks on you." A gunshot split the air. Blood sprayed across my face. He fell. Still smiling, still breathing. The police came at dawn. They found graves, but they didn't find him. No body, no trail, nothing. We left that morning. My grandmother stayed behind. She hugged me and said, "He knows you now. If I leave, he'll follow." 3 months later, the house burned to the ground. Electrical fire, they said. My grandmother's body was never recovered. I'm back in Chicago now. But sometimes, when the city goes quiet, I smell dirt. I hear slow footsteps outside my window, and my phone lights up with a message from an unknown number. One word: